Hey everyone, I'll be covering all of the Nintendo Switch's games announced for the third week of October, so let's get started. Centered around ancient castles and a mysterious tree, in Deemo Reborn, control a girl who's fallen from the sky and lost her memory, while you try to help her find her way back home. Unravel riddles and mysteries hidden in the castle through sheets of music and play over 60 classic songs in hectic rhythm gameplay. New challenges and even difficulties await you the higher the score you get. Case 2 Animatronics Survival is a first-person stealth horror game releasing on October 30th. 2 years before the attacks on a police station, there was a terrible tragedy in the city that led to the closure of an amusement park. Jack is tasked with entering and putting an end to the series of rumors and mysteries surrounding the empty grounds where survival will come at a price. Doctor Who: The Edge of Reality reimagines last year's VR experience and tailors it specifically with traditional console controls in mind. Wield the sonic screwdriver on a quest to save the universe, guided by the 13th Doctor working in tandem with the 10th, on a revamped story with new puzzles, new challenges, new gameplay mechanics, a new set of monsters, and an entirely new world to explore. Doctor Who: The Lonely Assassin is the second Doctor Who game announced on the Switch. This is a cryptic found phone adventure game where you'll uncover and decipher a set of mysteries and events taking place at Western Drumlings. Someone is missing and a menacing new nemesis has emerged. Work with classic characters as they steadily get closer to the truth. Torchlight 3 is finally set to release on October 22nd. Extra Games' third strategic hero dungeon crawler lets you mix and match your classes and relics to tailor runs specifically to your liking. The entire 4-player cooperative multiplayer local and online options are clearly supported, where you'll build and upgrade a fort to show off your spoils of war. Face the nightmares up close through over-the-shoulder combat and Outbreak Epidemic heads. Scavenge for supplies to last just a bit longer into the Outbreak while finding keys, reading logs, and puzzle solving to survive. On top of a 2-player co-op where you'll get to play the entire campaign with a buddy. Several performance modes have been made available, targeting either frame rates or performance while still including full HD rumble support. A gunshot rattles the house and now the owner is dead. He's been clearly murdered. But why? And who's the actual culprit? These are the answers that won't come easy to Theo the cat and the main protagonist of Brightpaw, an adventure puzzling game with over 70 explorable levels, each with their own unique hazards, intrigues, mysteries, and secrets to discover. Phantom Breaker Extra is a fighting game from Meigs set in Tokyo. Take down the Phantom while he tries to collect a series of powerful artifacts. The winner of the tournament will be granted a wish, offering 20 playable characters including Kirisu Makise from the Steingate series. The game will feature a complete dub and multiplayer suite set of options. Dead Z Meat is a cartoony zombie-themed shooting gallery game. Grab a gun and start blasting zombies with something of a silly look and feel to the gameplay. Rack up kills and upgrade your arsenal to supercharge and power it up to wreak havoc on the oncoming hordes out to decimate you. Revealed in the latest issue of CoroCoro magazine, Solomon Program from Konami is set to launch before the end of the year. Use a program that involves combining panels to decide what you target and use your own creatures as attacks to rid of the dangers on the playfield. This strategic RPG mixes monster taming mechanics with turn-based combat and an anime look to each one of the attacks. Presented in a 2.5D look, Macrotis: A Mother's Journey shrouds hazards in lush scenery. Discover collectibles that build on the story gradually and use Bilby's talents of knowing and digging to overcome obstacles and press ever forward for the most worthy of goals, to find her missing child. Alpha is a man with no memory plunged into a conflict of mystery by dark forces, where he must find his way across a sprawling megacity to secure his past and in doing so his future. Quantum Replica is all about fast-paced stealth action combat as you traverse 5 distinct zones in a cyberpunk city, unlocking more activities and time manipulation mechanics while using a variety set of gadgets to outsmart your enemies. Touhou Luna Nights is a 2D search action Metroidvania game based on the Touhou universe. Stranded in a strange world with strange yokai and unable to use her native powers, Remilia will attempt to right some wrongs and make the best use of her gimmicks to get through the intensive platforming fueled maps. 5 college friends take a post-graduation vacation, but Zaki wakes up in the middle of nowhere where her friends are nowhere to be found. Lured into an abandoned train where the horror begins and return one-way trip. Explore a shifting narrative horror story in both space and time with a 2D side-scrolling virtual environment that will shift based on your knowledge of the area. Turn the world around you into a canvas and do as you please with it in SuchArt, a creative tool more than a game. Sell your works in the marketplace and fulfill your client's desires as the creator. Treehouse Riddle is an adventure game where you unfold the story by solving riddles and puzzles, 30 in total, asking you to take your time with it and make sure you don't miss any hints or clues, guiding you slowly through the process to reach an unexpected conclusion. The visual novel The Language of Love is a tale of overcoming obstacles and being at the right place at the right time. Mitsuki moves into Tokyo to attend college, while Himuro is looking to put together her life once again. When the two meet, something more than just a friendship begins to develop. Overcome 2D platforming challenges with a unique twist in the Metroidvania-inspired Horace. Your robot abilities are just part of the story, in this tale of self-discovery, peppered with nostalgic popular culture references in a 16-bit fashion. Unleash fire upon your machine invaders in the fast-paced and challenging heavy metal-fueled shmup, Grood. Your mission is to annihilate the army of robotic enemies and bosses, all of them furiously blasting bullets and missiles your way. Enjoy classic arcade gameplay with a modern set of graphics. Memoranda is a classic 2D point-and-click adventure game with magic set in a realistic world inspired by many hand-drawn short stories of yesteryears. Meet more than 35 characters in over 40 locations to unravel a seemingly calming tale that's anything but relaxing. Okinawa Rush offers 3 playable characters with a fast, fluid combat and intense boss fights, where you can parry just about any set of attacks as long as you're ready and prepared. 2-player co-op is also offered for the entirety of the game. Rejoin the 8 fledgling Silver Foxes as they explore their desires during the sunsets of their lives with flirting and dating across intertwining stories and exclusive relationships. Later Daters Part 2 continues the plot from the first entry that just released a few months ago on the Switch. Walk the fine line between maneuvering through legions of spacecrafts and using your puzzle-cracking ability to keep the increasing mass of deadly alien technology at bay. Shoot ships, solve galactic puzzles, engage the blistering shmup-style action, and use clever tactics to tunnel through the encroaching menace. Create your very own princess with tons of decorational options and embark on your journey to train to become the best princess you can possibly be in Pretty Princess Party. Enjoy over 20 minigames with up to 4-player co-op and versus, while you accrue customizable options, decorations, and anything to pretty up your room and your lifestyle. Mixing Sudoku and block dropping games, Tense is an intensive new take on puzzle number genre with an addictive and satisfying gameplay. See how the endless hordes rank against you and your friends with online leaderboards made exclusively for the hardcore fans. The fantasy action RPG inspired by Zelda, Final Fantasy, and Dragon Quest, Mystica offers 4-player local co-op and hireable AI-controlled adventurers with procedural generation at its core. Explore dungeons, towns, and grow your skills, all based on random systems that will offer you a very different narrative than other players will get to experience. Home Postmortem Edition is a unique horror game set in the pixel world with a murder mystery twist because you ultimately get to decide what happens. The player wakes in a dark room tucked in a house that isn't yours, setting out to find a way out, while you reflect on the horror that he's experiencing in every waking moment. See if you still have the skills of a 90s gamer to survive several levels by running, jumping, collecting coins, and unlocking temple levels and Stardash, a full retro platformer reminiscing of the Game Boy days. And that's what the game announcements will be covering this week. I recently put out a Bravely Default 2 video where I break down everything I would love to see in this new entry of the game. I recently finished playing through the first 2 entries, and I'm very much looking forward to see what Square Enix does with this Switch exclusive series going forward. So with all that said, as per always, thank you guys so much for watching. I truly appreciate the support, and be sure to leave a like and subscribe and hit the bell to receive notifications when the videos go up. See ya!